15-minute stretch video. This will be from standing, so this is meant to be used for after your workouts and you've ended standing up and you don't want to necessarily go to the floor. So we're going to go through a full body stretch in approximately 15 minutes. I hope you guys enjoy. Starting with those feet about 2 fist distance apart, we're going to go into a forward fold here. So feet are facing forward, and again, you can have shoes on or off here, it does not matter. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, coming into a forward fold. Now, if you can't reach the floor comfortably and don't have blocks necessarily, we can grab opposite elbows here. Let the head hang heavy. Shake the head out, yes. Shake it out, no. Just really getting into a nice forward fold here. You can kind of pedal out the legs here, bending one knee and then the next. Just kind of pedal them out, feeling that stretch. Maybe you sway a little bit side to side. Really releasing the shoulders and the neck here. Inhale, and then exhale nice and gently, roll it on up. Nice and easy. Good, shoulders down and back, head is last to rise. Coming into a split stance. So let's start with right foot forward, left foot back. Now I want that left foot to be about 45 degrees, okay? So the heel is down, it's about 45 degrees, and we want the hips to face forward. And I want those front toes to be up. So it's a short split stance. You're not crazy far apart here. Hips facing forward, chest is facing the toes here. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, you're gonna reach for those toes. So the hips may go back a little bit. Double check your balance. You're gonna reach for that foot, heart space towards the toes. Now try to keep the spine nice and long here, shoulders down and back. So I don't want you to round out just yet, okay? So keep that spine nice and long. If you can't reach the toes, you can just put the hands on the shin or wherever they reach. Now, I want you to go ahead and take those toes down to the mat. Now make sure that that left hip is still facing forward. If you can reach for the floor, you can. Now, again, make sure, I forgot to say, that you don't want the legs to lock here, so you want a little micro bend in that knee. Breathe. One more deep breath. And then nice and gently, you're going to bend that knee, bring the other foot to meet about that 2 fist distance into that forward fold, and then exhale, roll it on up. Shoulders down and back, head is last to rise. So now we'll do that split stance on the other side. So left foot forward, right foot back. Heel stays down. It's a short split stance. Hips face forward. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, make sure the toes are up. Toes are up to start. Inhale, up. Exhale. Hinge forward. Take your time here. One side might be a little bit tighter than the other. And remember, if you can't reach the floor or the toes comfortably, you can just have the hands resting on the shin. One more deep breath, and then gently lower those toes down. Maybe you get a little bit further, closer to that floor or those toes. Nice deep breath. Good. Now from here, we're going to actually rotate to the side, coming into a nice wide forward fold. So you're going to walk those feet out nice and wide. Toes can be out towards the corners of the room or facing forward. Your call. Just depends on your hamstrings. Now, again, if the hands can't reach the floor comfortably, get a block or pillows, or you can grab opposite elbows again. Let the head hang heavy. Shake it out, yes. Shake it out, no. You can even sway a little bit side to side if that feels good. So remember, the legs are straight here, but a slight micro bend in those knees. Let's go ahead and take those arms over to one side. Either side is fine. Once you're there, settle in and then let that head hang heavy. Breathe. One more deep breath. Nice and gently release. Come back to center. Inhale at the center. And then exhale over to the other side. Holding on to the foot or the leg, and then let that head hang heavy. Do what feels good to you. Nothing should be painful. One more deep breath, and then nice and gently come back to center. Inhale, and then exhale nice and gently. Roll it on up. Shoulders down and back. Good job. All right, so staying in this nice, tall, wide position here, I want you to nice and easy come into some side lunges. Side to side. You can just sway side to side if that feels good. Just working on the inner thighs. Make sure it feels good to you. For some, your knees, it may feel better with those toes facing outward versus facing forward. So pay attention to those knees. Maybe you hold, let's hold to one side. Good, gently switch, other side and hold. Beautiful. Now come back to center. We're going to pivot to one side, right foot forward, left foot back. Coming into a calf stretch here. So now your stance might need to be a little bit wider. So we're going to have that heel up in the back, and we're gently going to press forward into our lunge, but you're trying to press that heel down. So let's actually place that heel all the way down. Try to keep the heel on the floor, and then press forward. Woo! Yes. That's what we want right there. Good, you can gently release. Now if you need to shorten up your stance a little bit, you can. If you need to keep that heel down, and then press forward. You can also do a nice standing calf stretch with a block or take the toes up the wall, just depending on how much flexion you have in your ankle. Breathe. Good, gently release, and then you'll just kind of pivot those feet, other side, heel down, and then press forward into that lunge. So you should feel this behind the calf here, which is the bottom portion of the leg behind the shin. Good. Inhale, gently release. Exhale, press forward. Good. Nice deep breaths. Beautiful job. All right, gently release, come back to center. Coming into the quads, you shake it out a little bit if you need to. Maybe a couple of little ankle rotations. Coming into our quad stretch, top of the thigh. So if you have a wall nearby or a chair, you can use that for balance if you need to. You're going to bring that ankle up towards the glute. Keep the knees somewhat together, nice and tall. If you can reach for the foot with both hands, you can. You should feel this in the top of that thigh. Breathe, standing nice and tall. And gently release. We'll do the other side. Heel towards the glute. I'm going to turn to the side for a second. Breathe. Good, one more deep breath, and then gently release. Let's go and do that one more time each side. Now remember, you can have that wall nearby, and also, if you cannot reach the ankle or the foot, we can use a strap here. So you can actually wrap it around that ankle, holding onto the wall or the chair, and start to pull it up if you'd like. Now, if you do have an actual strap or a belt where you can create that loop, you can actually lasso up your ankle if you need to, okay? So getting that quad stretch in the second time here, wherever you are, and utilizing that strap if you need to. Nice deep breaths. So you can actually just lasso up that ankle, get it as tight as you need it, and then depending on the strap or belt, you can just gently start to pull it in further. And you can hold it wherever it's most comfortable for you, okay? Breathe. Good. Make sure you change sides, other side, last time. You can lasso up that foot. Again, use a chair if you need to. I'm just showing you the standing variations of some stretches. I have a chair yoga video out there that has some nice stretches in it too that you guys can use if you need the chair. Breathe. One more deep breath. And then nice and gently release. And set that down to the side. All right, so coming into some side bends. So from one side is really good for the IT band and the outside of that thigh. We're going to cross the right ankle over, okay? So now, obviously, right when you start to cross that leg over, the hips want to turn, yes? Let's try to keep the hips straight. Cross the ankle over. Good. Try to stay straight. Good. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, you're going to lower the left arm. Right arm reaches up and over. So you're actively pressing that right hip towards the wall or towards the opposite direction. Breathe. Now try not to let that chest cave in. Keep the chest open. Eye gaze up if you can. Breathe. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, reach over one more time. And you're actively reaching that left hand down towards the floor as well. Breathe. One more deep breath. Good. Gently release, and then we'll switch sides. So then you'll cross the left ankle over. Get your balance, of course. Make sure those hips stay forward the best you can. Inhale up. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up and over. Pressing that left hip towards the opposite direction. Good, breathe, reaching that right arm down towards the floor. Inhale up. Exhale over one more time. Good, gently release, inhale up. Exhale, come on down, pedal it out. Woo! All right, give me some shoulder rolls. So we can definitely body stretches while standing. Give yourself some shoulder rolls forward. All right, let's take one arm out, bring it across, hug it in. You can give some wrist circles here if that feels good. Both directions, good mobility in the wrists. Point and flex, you got this. Good, other side, bring it across, hug it in. Try to keep those shoulders out of those ears. Give yourself some wrist circles, both directions. Good job. Point and flex. Good, and then give me some huggers, nice and easy. Alternating each arm on top, just a little dynamic stretching for you. All right, go ahead and give me some more of those nice shoulder rolls. All right, let's get into those triceps. So take one arm up. You're going to bend that arm behind you. Now, you can stay right here if this is enough for you. We're trying to stretch out the tricep at the back of the arm. So you're going to press that elbow up towards the ceiling. Just try to stay nice and tall here. Good. So that those fingertips are reaching down the spine here, okay? Now, if you're able, we'll take that hand and pull that elbow down so those fingertips are reaching down the spine a little bit more. Good. Last option here is to actually take that left hand and take it back behind you, reaching for those fingertips. Now, you might not be able to reach, or maybe you can kind of climb up and reach for those fingertips and clasp those hands if you can. It just depends on your shoulders, so take your time. Do what you can. You choose what you need. Maybe you're just right here. That's fine. Breathe. One more deep breath. And gently release it down. Good job. Give yourself some shoulder rolls. Now, if you wanted to practice that shoulder stretch where you reach the hands behind, you can also use a strap there too, okay? All right, other arm up, reach behind. Pressing that elbow slightly up. Breathe. Good. Or you pull from behind. Kind of listen to your body here. Progress if you need to. One side might be a little bit tighter than the other, so take your time. Good. Lastly, if you want more, you'll take that right hand back behind, reaching for those fingertips. One side you might be able to reach, one side you might not be able to, or barely. So just take your time. Figure out what's best for you. Of course, we can use that strap here if you need to. Nice deep breaths. One more deep breath. And nice and gently release. Good job. Give yourself a couple shoulder rolls. All right, inhale, let's open up the chest here, reaching those shoulder blades together in the back. Now, palms are facing me. You can stay right here, eye gaze up, chest up. Or you can start to clasp those hands behind you, opening up the chest a little bit more. Take your time, and you can start to lift those arms up, back behind you. But no, don't lean forward here. We're not leaning forward, staying tall, keeping the chest open, eye gaze up, reaching those arms up the best you can. Good, gently release, clasp those hands in front, round out the back and the shoulders, tuck the chin in slightly, pressing those palms forward. Good, gently release, clasp behind one more time, opening up the shoulders and the chest. And gently release, clasp in front, last time. Good, gently release. A couple of those shoulder rolls if you'd like. One more stretch, my friends. Gonna get into that neck, taking those arms down to your sides, releasing the ear to one side. Inhale, and then exhale that chin across the chest. Oh yeah, we hold a lot of tension in those shoulders and neck area. So take your time here. If you feel a really tight spot along the way, you can actually hold and breathe in that area. Kind of help to release that tension in that spot if you need to. If it feels good, you can go into full neck circles here. Make sure you go in both directions. And then let's go ahead and hold that ear to the right side, adding that right hand on top for a gentle press down. Good. Still reaching that opposite hand down. Good. And gently release. Take that chin across the chest to the other side, adding that hand on top for a gentle press down. Now this is just only if you want a little bit more in this neck stretch. Listen to your neck here. If it's not for you, you don't have to add. Good. Gently release. Taking that chin to the chest, adding both hands behind the head here for a gentle press forward. Yep, you got it. Elbows open. Elbows wide. All right, and then from here, we're going to inhale. We're going to raise the head up, but keep the hands hands behind the head here. So you're going to press the head into the hands and the hands into the head, and then you're going to take that chest up towards the ceiling. So a little bit of a back bend here. If you can, of course, listen to your body. Elbows are open, pressing the head into the hands and the hands into the head. One more deep breath. And then nice and gently come on up, release those hands. Shoulder rolls. Give yourself a couple huggers. And beautiful job. Thank you for joining me. Again, this is a 15-minute stretch video meant for you to use after a workout. Of course, you can use it anytime. This was, again, from a standing position. And you can check out some other videos that I've made for stretching from the floor. And I also have a chair stretch, chair yoga video out there as well. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope to see you next time.